Today is Friday, September 1st. Holy crap, it's September. Good morning, fellas. What's going on?
What's happening?
Good morning, Mr. King.
Yes. Matty Soaks, welcome back.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to see your face. This is awesome. So we got to start things off here real quick. I don't know if you guys saw on my social media last night, I tried to pull out my inner LaPera and cook spaghetti. And the spaghetti was going well, everything right on par, even added some ground beef to it, getting real into it. All of a sudden, the smoke detectors start going off. I'm like, geez, oh man, what's going on here? I looked down, my little spatula was in the flame, on fire. Not great. Luckily, the spatula was not in the food, so food was still good, just had a ruined spatula. So word to the wise, don't burn the spatula when you try to be Italian. So, Anth, you got any advice for me?
I mean, you're burning up cutting boards, you're burning up spatulas. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if you should be in there. I don't know.
Well, at least I'm trying, fella. Okay, I'm kind of new to this cooking at home life, and yeah, we've had some trials and tribulations. That's for sure.
Just a hint of smoky flavor. Never hurt anybody, right?
Just an inch. Just an inch. No big deal. But yes, we got the King of the South back. Matt's with us today. As we said, he'll be with us about 25% of the time. Too many kids for him to wrangle every morning. So, Matt, thanks for joining us. And really, what we want to talk about today, in roughly 2 hours, rates will open. There is a jobs report coming out today, and we got to start looking at questions of, is the job market, the job sector starting to slow? What that means is if the job market starts to slow, that's definition of we're heading into a recession or we're in a recession, and that's going to give the Fed their signs to maybe start cutting rates. So again, on a Friday on jobs report before Labor Day, heading into a open house weekend, please pay attention to rates today. They can change, good or bad. We don't know, hopefully for the good, of course, but they can change going into the weekend. So if you're an agent, if you have a buyer that's been pre-approved, rates can, who knows, maybe they'll drop today and they're an eighth lower, a 0.25% lower. You need to call one of us today or tomorrow, soon as possible, to get your buyer pre-approved or get that updated pre-approval or second look to make sure that your buyers have the most up-to-date rates because they're moving so much today. I know none of us are economists, but let's go around the room. Let's flip the coin. We'll start with Sokol. Rates going to be good or bad today?
I'm going with the trend. I'm going good.
Oh, okay. Good. They've been good this week. Mr. Burko, what are your thoughts?
Unfortunately, I'm going to go against the grain here with Sokol. I think they're going to go down because I think we're going to have a good jobs report again.
Are you sure? Okay.
Everybody seems to be getting more than one job, and the job numbers always are inflated just because of that as well. I won't get too far into it, but I did see a video yesterday that we might be in the silent depression, which that could change rates for us a whole lot quicker than if the economy is good, like Joe Biden tells us.
You know, I saw that same video. We'll talk about that in a second here. I know we all got a chuckle of Joe Biden, Bidenomics. Anth, rates, good or bad?
I'm going unchanged. All right.
That's boring. That's so boring.
I'm going unchanged.
What do you think,
I'll
Rye?
take it.
What do you think, Rye?
Well, I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to drop below that dreaded 7 number across the board. We're going to keep this market trucking. And home buyers, it is still a time to buy. You know, call up your parents, ask them what their first mortgage rate is. We're still better than them today. So they were probably double of us. So buy that house, get into that home, ask the seller to buy down your interest rate a little bit. But Tom, I did see that video online about the silent depression. have no idea if the numbers that like, hey, $4,800 and 85,000 a day. I don't know. I can what it is, but it is very much with inflation what our money gets us today. I think we all feel it. No matter, it's payday today for a lot of people. You get that paycheck and it's like, sheesh, no matter what it is, you were hoping for it to be more. With us, we're all commissioned. It's always different, but it's a grind out there today for everyone, and that really sucks.
No, yeah, it honestly is, and I see it, more and more with people now pulling credit just with our job and how we do it. Their credit card debt's getting out of control. Most of those credit cards are up over 30% now with their interest rates, and I mean, you're just seeing it get out of control. I'm seeing way too many people with a minimum credit card payment of over $200, and I'm starting to think that that's going to be the new trend here. Hopefully rates go down within the next year and a half, cash out refis, get rid of that credit card debt.
I'm starting to think as soon as Tom is within 100 yards of a golf course, his brain starts shooting better. I mean, this is the greatest insight I've heard from Tom in months. I mean, I think everyone, Tom's up early today trying to get out and enjoy himself. Everyone needs to call Tom this morning and ask him mortgage questions as he's trying to bang out a quick 9, because his brain is firing on all synapses this morning. But that you're right. I mean, I see more credit card debt, and everyone asks us about our interest rates. Every time the Fed's raising rates, the credit card interest rate that no one pays attention to, right, Matt? Like, my payment's this. Well, everyone's payments are going up on debt because that interest is skyrocketing.
The credit card rates, every time they raise it a quarter for the interest rate, they almost go up 3-4% on every quarter that they raise it.
Yeah. What are you seeing down there in the South, Matty boy?
In the South, we're seeing, I'm right with Burko. I like that. I like the don't sleep on the cash out refinance. Even if you're hanging around a 7%, I mean, that beats the whole heck out of 21 on your credit card. It beats, 9.5 on your car. So even if you're in a home, that's a reason to give us a call. In conjunction, you hear the classic, hey, I have my lower rate, so I got nowhere to move, so I don't want to list my house. But still, there's an opportunity there for those potential buyers or potential refinancers to reach out to us and help us, or allow us to help them analyze their financials in their potential mortgage to see what's best for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and yes, rates are higher than probably what every current seller has, but the equity everyone has too, that boatload of money you're getting to sell, you're then using that as a large down payment. So you can use the larger down payment to offset the higher interest rate and still make it make sense if you have to move. It's not all doom and gloom. Equity is still going up way over average, and there's still very low inventory. So, I mean, as much as we're trying to push this back to a buyer's market, or at least a more of an even market, the low inventory is still keeping it where it's awesome for sellers out there, and still seeing multiple offers on a lot of properties. It's kind of hit or miss. You hear about a lot of price reductions, but you also hear about a lot of multiple offers. So you just got to find yourself a right agent. We know quite a few good agents if you need one to get that house sold. Definitely. Anthony, you got anything for us?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're spot on, man. I mean, sellers are sitting on, 63% of homeowners today have between a 2.5% and a 4% rate. But yeah, they don't want to sell to get 7%. But most homeowners that bought during that time, or even prior, have like 50% equity. I think the average they said was right around 100,000 in equity. So if somebody's going to sell, they can do that larger down payment, like you said, but also use some of that money to buy down the rate. They're spending it on the down payment anyway. So offset that a little bit, buy down the interest rate, and then you could be at the 6% rate, or 5.5, 5.75, depending on, qualifications. But the money's there to use, so you can buy and have an affordable monthly payment. So
So huge, Anth. Right?
Can
When
I
you
add
brought that-
something to that?
Yeah, I guess I'll let you go. Go ahead,
All
Tom.
right, all right. With that equity going up in the houses too, people don't want to sell to get that 7% rate, but they could sell and pay off all their credit cards and everything and keep
Yeah.
their monthly debt payment even lower with all that equity that they have selling the home. So don't let that make you afraid or anything.
That's what Matt's saying right there, right? 7%, 7.5% over 30 years is way better of a scenario than some of these very large interest rates on credit cards or personal loans or things like that. So yes, if you are out there, if it's a struggle every month with these skyrocketing rates across the board, give us a call. It might be worth to do some sort of cash out refinance. And then, hey, couple years, things get better. You're able to refinance more than once. There are people that you'll hear they've refinanced 3, 4, 5 times. We may start getting in that market where in the next 10 years, you may have multiple opportunities to refinance if you're purchasing now with the higher rates. Now, maybe rates go up to 10 in 2 years. We don't know, but we're hoping they all come down at least a little bit.
It's a great time to sell your home, fellas. It's a great time to sell your home. Let's get some inventory.
There you go. All right, boys. That's all I got today, except for we're going to start a new Friday trend. We came up with a new idea for you agents out there to kind of flip it around. We're going to have a bounty out there every week for your buyers. So this week, our bounty, if you're an agent, we're looking for this buyer. This is a conventional loan. We can also do government, but this one also is a conventional buyer. They have to be a first-time home buyer. They have to have at least a 660 credit score, and the yearly income max for 1 to 2 people is $102,600. We got an interest rate of 6.375. The APR is 6.99 on that. This is an unbelievable program. If you have a buyer that meets these requirements, please, please, please give us a call. We will lock them in and get them into this program. So this is a bounty for this weekend over Labor Day, 3-day weekend, tons of open houses. We should have no problem finding a buyer for this program. Capiche?
capiche.
Amen.
All right, boys, have a great weekend. Maddie Soaks, thanks for joining us. Tommy,
See you guys.
hit
Have a
him
good
long.
weekend,
That was
boys.
great.
See you guys.
Have a good weekend.
Peace.